let us talk about what would be the impact on businesses if they do not get compliant with privacy. 5 critical consequences is what we plan to discuss in this video. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you daily see new content on data privacy, and as I said, let's talk about 5 real business consequences if you are not ready for privacy. The first and most important is monetary cost. Your attention would directly go to the cost of the regulator fine that you get, but that's the last cost. The cost of mitigation with principles, the cost of working with the legal system, the lawyers, the law firm, and day-to-day out-of-pocket expenses, and then finally what gets decided and when. So if it takes long time, multiple hearings, a lot of cost goes in the legal battle itself. You are already paying for mitigation with the principles to settle them down, and then finally the regulators say, okay, Indian DPDP Act 250 crores, GDPR 4% of global turnover, right? So monetary cost is not understood or should not be understood only by the fact that you have a penalty to pay. There are a lot of points involved even before the penalty, and that's a very big cost for many businesses. The second important thing is damage to the reputation of the company. If I know that your company is not handling my data properly, when we talk of privacy, it is not a matter of just compliance check marks. It's also applying best practices. You like any other compliance. Say your accounting compliance is perfect, you file your TDS returns on time. You can file them on time only if you work properly, right? So the fact that you are compliant gives an indication that you work properly in that particular domain. So in this domain, if your reputation is not up to the mark because of the privacy issues, it means you are not handling the private data or personal data of your associates properly. Operational disruptions. Now there are 2 ways. One is that a hacker comes in, picks up the data and goes and uses it. Your data is working fine. You come to know about it, maybe either through a firewall survey that someone could manage to get into the system, or a public complaint, which is reputation. The other way is that the hacker comes in, deletes the data after taking a copy. Any other form of data unavailability. We talked about the CIA triad, confidentiality, integrity, availability. Now we are saying data is not available for some reason, and that's it. There is an operational disruption. If you can recover it from the backup, then the time that it will take. And if the backup is also not latest, then recreating some of the data would take no time. Then customer trust. Of course, customers are not happy. They would not find it good. They don't know in future such incidents may occur again in your organization. Should they risk their data with you or not? Another confusion. So they might try to move out of your of the services that you get from them, until of course you are into monopolized business. He has to come back to you. That's a separate issue. And last but not the least, about your competition. If your competitor is compliant and you are not, he gets an edge in the market. People would trust him more than trusting you. So you need to be very, very vigilant that if your competitors are getting compliant, then you have to do that. Or put it in other words, you become compliant first and take it as a competitive advantage that your competitors are not compliant and you are compliant, right? So these are 5 big consequences for businesses if they are not compliant with privacy. I would repeat my saying that compliance does not mean only the regulator check marks. It also means that you are following that standard, in our case data privacy, with the best possible standardized norms, and you are handling our data in a much better way than anyone else. I hope you like the content of the video. Please press the bell and the like icon. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and share your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.